window, or like, you know, the metal in the window, the metal frame.
ARBE, you're known as a skillful artist. You're also a vandal. How did you feel during the tag banging era, knowing you're so creative? How did you manage to stay away from tag banging and go towards the art side of it?
That shit didn't really happen for me until I got into KOG.
You're getting busted, you're changing names, but then you find the name ARBE. Can you please tell us, where does that name come from? How do you get it?
The name comes from my initials, from my name, my first and last name. And but then at first, when I first started writing it, I just wrote it R and a B and 1. And it was, I wanted a quick name to bomb, you know, quick. And there was this dude who actually was also he was from the crew, LTS. But not at this time though. He wrote GI. And I thought that was a dope ass name, like GI. You know, also like maybe like GI Joe. I don't know what made me think it was dope. Like, cause I thought the letter was the 2 letters were dope, and I don't know if that's why he wrote GI. But I was just like, no one was writing a 2-letter name. This was writing GI 1, and he kind of inspired me to want to do a 2-letter name. You know, quick little bombing name. So that's probably that's what started me separating, I guess, from fucking the D2Ds. Even though, like, that's who I hung out with every day, you know? Like, I kind of, like, kept it a secret from them. Like, that I was writing this other name. And one of the member from there, who was, like, my road dog, we're still, like, really close today. We're my brother Bleach, was at kind of doing the same thing. Him and this dude Flower from SSK and this other kid from this crew called 3DK in Orange County started this crew called RM, Raging Misfits. And he changed his name. He's like, kind of doing the same shit I did, but he was more like upfront about it. And I was like, oh, yo, check out what I did. And we were partying at a hotel in Orange, the city of Orange. It's right along the 5, like by what's over there? Like now it's the block of Orange is right there. It wasn't there back then, or Chapman Hospital. There's a set of train tracks over there, and it's just like a dead line, like the line ends right there. But the fucking Circus, the Ringling brother Circus train would go there, right? Like when they would come into town, that's where they park, and they would stay in the train, like the clowns and the fucking the circus people. So we were like always mobbing through there and shit, and we ended up like smoking weed with them and fucking. I ended up creeping out there with the homie GI, but he wasn't GI at this anymore. He had changed his name to fucking go to paint him and shit. And I was like showing the homie like they were still there, so we took a little walk from the hotel. I was like, yo, come check this out. And that's when I let the homie, my homie Bleach, know that I'm fucking ARBE. You know, and but I was from no crew. I was just pushing ARBE like solo, and so it was kind of like a breath of fresh air for me. I was getting away from the D2D shit, which was like I wasn't like trying to get away from the homies. I was just trying to get away from all the bad shit that was happening. Like I was in and out of juvie. All my own fault, had nothing to do with what they were doing, but I was just burnt. Like I was getting caught for tagging and fucking. As soon as I turned 18, I went to fucking county jail for some shit which wasn't graffiti related, but I was just fucking. If I stayed in Orange County, I would just fuck it. If I kept doing that shit, I just was the one in and out of jail.
You're writing RB, the initials RB1.
Yes, sir.
When do you transition to the word RB, ARBY?
That was probably not too long, within that year.
Why do you decide to do 2 additional letters?
Because then I was bombing a lot with GI. GI ended up changing his name to Sower. And then Sower was from DCV, and then BTP, which was like Posh, I believe was the main head. Posh from CBS started BTP. I don't know what their connection with Orange County was, but they started having they had Orange County heads. They had like Olay, Apart, Prey, who was in TKO. And they was like, oh shit! All of a sudden, there's these cats in Orange County like doing like pieces and shit on the freeways, or like took it up a little notch, because before then it was like there was a few piecers out there, but not in Orange County, but not that many. And if anything, the ones that were dope probably ended up getting an LA cruise or fucking, you know, we gravitated towards LA and shit. And
Do you ever tell D2D that you're changing your name to ARBE?
no, they found out a little bit later. Like,
What was their reaction to finding out?
they would fuck with me. Like the one homie that like I was telling you about, my homie Bleach, he was always like supportive. The majority, like, cause I was like by that time I guess I was considered you know, I moved up a little bit in the ranks for D2D. Like the older homies that brought it from Carson kind of faded away. My homie Shoot, fucking rest in peace. He ended up getting he ended up getting killed, and we kept it going. We kept carrying it and building it. You know, we kept recruiting people, so we kind of made it like ours, our crew. You know, but our chapter, because the original homies were like in like Carson and shit and Gardena, but we had homies in Anaheim that came from Gardena. So it was like we were like, and through football they met. So they were already DIS, and then the homies were D2D, and then they met through football. So then all of a sudden, like the original like Santa Ana crew had like there's this clique in Anaheim now, and then we just all became homies.
Now that you have your new name ARBE, what was your goal with that name? You're tagging everywhere. You're getting up. Are you trying to get known? Are you just writing?
Yeah, I was just trying
bored?
to bomb. Because like I felt like before I try to like I wasn't really piecing it, but before I was like doing that level of graffiti and I was just tagging, I felt like I was getting caught up. You know, I was like getting caught for stupid shit. Like every time I've been arrested for graffiti as a juvenile, it was just some dumb shit, or because of my record, they already like knew who I was. And like I was on probation like the whole time from like 14 to like 18. So like they would come to my house. Like my house would get raided and for stupid shit, for fucking graffiti. You know what I mean? Like.
Do you remember the first time your house got raided? Oh
yeah, dude. The first time I got raided, I wasn't there. But I saw like the white, like they had the same car, looked like a cop car, but without the lights. It would just be like, say it was a Crown Vic, you know, all white Crown Vic. I was like, oh shit, what fucking white car in front of my house? Fucking, they go through all my shit. They go through my room and go through all my shit. And then I would like, I caught on. I started like, I pull out my dresser drawer maybe and put shit under the dresser drawer. And it was like, they were just looking for graffiti fucking paraphernalia. Like our house had a little lift to it. The house was elevated a little bit, so it's like that's where I'd hide my paint and my fucking all my graffiti shit.
When you do get home, what do your parents say about the raid? Do they confront you about
it? Oh yeah, they were pissed. Like they're like telling me all kinds of shit. Like I was the first person in the family to fuck up and go to jail and fuck a big disappointment and all this shit, you know. And fucking I'm bringing the police to the house. Either they have every right to fucking be upset at me.